What the Big Bang Theory Season 13 could have been about. When The Big Bang Theory wrapped up in 2019 after 12 seasons, it closed the door on one of the most successful sitcoms in television history. The series finale tied up many loose ends. Sheldon finally won his long-coveted Nobel Prize. Penny and Leonard looked toward an unexpected future as parents. Howard and Bernadette settled into life with their kids, and Raj found himself still searching for love. While the ending was satisfying, it also left fans wondering, what if the story had continued? What could The Big Bang Theory Season 13 have been about? Imagining a 13th season opens up fascinating possibilities for both comedy and character development. The series had always thrived on balancing nerdy humor with heartfelt character arcs, and with the foundation laid in Season 12, there was plenty of material for new adventures. Here's a look at what Season 13 could have explored, episode by episode, storyline by storyline, and in the larger scope of how these beloved characters might have continued to grow. Sheldon and Amy. Life after the Nobel Prize. Season 12 ended on Sheldon and Amy achieving the greatest scientific honor of their lives, the Nobel Prize in Physics. But as any fan of Sheldon knows, reaching the top wouldn't mean peace and quiet. Instead, Season 13 could have explored the complications that come with fame, recognition, and expectations. Sheldon, who had always craved validation, would likely struggle with the unwanted attention, interviews, and public appearances that came with being a Nobel laureate. Episodes could have mined plenty of comedy from Sheldon being invited onto talk shows or being recognized in public, when all he really wanted was to focus on his work. Amy, meanwhile, would continue to grow into her own professional identity, perhaps facing new opportunities or jealous rivals now that she shared the stage with Sheldon. A recurring arc could have shown Amy becoming the more grounded and socially respected half of the duo, while Sheldon wrestled with the notion that the world saw her as the likable Nobel Prize winner. One particularly poignant episode might have explored the couple's thoughts on starting a family. After years of Sheldon being resistant to change, Season 13 could have shown him slowly warming up to the idea of fatherhood, setting up an emotional and comedic arc about whether Sheldon Cooper could ever survive parenthood. Leonard and Penny. Parenthood and Beyond. The Season 12 finale revealed that Penny, despite earlier reluctance, was pregnant. Season 13 would have naturally picked up with Penny navigating pregnancy and Leonard adjusting to the idea of fatherhood. Comedy gold would lie in Leonard's over-preparation, reading every parenting book, baby-proofing their apartment months in advance, and practicing diaper changes on a watermelon, contrasted with Penny's more relaxed approach. Their dynamic could have deepened as they confronted new challenges, from choosing baby names to debating how to balance their careers with parenthood. A bigger theme for Leonard might have been insecurity. After years of struggling to assert himself in his relationship with Penny, fatherhood could have pushed him to reconsider his role as a provider and partner. Penny, on the other hand, might have faced lingering questions about giving up her once carefree lifestyle, adding layers of complexity to her character. In true Big Bang Theory fashion, Leonard and Penny's journey wouldn't have been all serious. A bottle episode featuring the gang attempting to throw Penny a disastrous baby shower would have fit right in with the show's history of blending heart with hilarity. Howard and Bernadette, super parents in the suburbs. By Season 12, Howard and Bernadette were already juggling 2 young children, so Season 13 could have leaned into the chaos of parenting. With Bernadette still a powerhouse in her career and Howard embracing his role as a quirky dad, their household could have been a goldmine for sitcom storylines. One standout arc could have involved Howard feeling overshadowed by Bernadette's professional success. His insecurities about not being a real astronaut might have resurfaced, especially if their kids started idolizing Bernadette's scientific achievements over his space adventures. Meanwhile, the show could have mined humor from Howard trying to impart his eccentricities onto his children, teaching them magic tricks, introducing them to Star Wars, or attempting to form a family band with his keyboard. Bernadette's exasperation at these antics would have balanced the comedy with her trademark sharp wit. Season 13 might also have explored Bernadette's struggle to balance her demanding career with her family life, allowing her to connect more deeply with Penny as both women faced the challenges of working motherhood. Raj, finally finding love. Perhaps the most glaring loose end from the series finale was Raj's romantic life. He had ended the show single after years of near misses and failed relationships. Season 13 could have finally given Raj a meaningful love story. One possible direction would have been introducing a new character, someone outside the group's usual orbit, who challenged Raj in new ways. This partner could have been less impressed by his romantic gestures and forced him to grow into a more confident, grounded version of himself. Alternatively, the writers could have revisited Raj's past relationships, such as bringing back Anu, to explore whether Raj truly understood what he wanted in a partner. His friends, of course, would have meddled constantly, leading to hilariously awkward double dates, interventions, and group debates over whether Raj was finally maturing. A wedding arc for Raj, perhaps teased toward the season finale, would have been the perfect culmination of his long-running storyline. Stuart and Denise. Love in the comic book store. By season 12, Stuart had finally found happiness with Denise, and season 13 could have expanded their quirky romance. The comic book store could have become a more central hub for the group again, as Stuart balanced running his business with maintaining his relationship. Episodes could have focused on the couple trying to live together, navigating financial struggles, or even considering expanding the store into a pop culture cafe. Stuart's neurotic tendencies paired with Denise's grounded personality would have made for plenty of comedic contrast. This arc would also have allowed the show to revisit its roots in nerd culture, highlighting how far the characters had come while still celebrating their shared passions. Group dynamics. Growing up together. At its core, The Big Bang Theory was about friendship, and season 13 could have reinforced that theme by showing how the group evolved while still staying close. Parenthood as a bonding theme, with Penny expecting and Howard already raising 2 kids, episodes could have revolved around the group adapting to a more family-oriented lifestyle, baby-proofing apartments, playdates, and arguing over who gets stuck babysitting. The gang traveling together. Now that Sheldon had global recognition, an episode set at an international science event could have thrown the group into culture clash hijinks. A flash-forward episode. One experimental storyline might have shown glimpses of the characters in the future, giving fans hints of where they'd end up beyond season 13. Most importantly, season 13 would have continued balancing the humor of their nerdy adventures, game nights, Dungeons and Dragons, comic book debates with the realities of adult life. A possible season 13 finale. If season 13 had been the true ending, the finale might have centered around a new chapter for everyone. Sheldon and Amy could have decided to start a family, Leonard and Penny could have welcomed their baby, Howard and Bernadette might have sent their oldest child to school, Raj could have gotten engaged, and Stuart could have expanded his store. The final scene, in classic Big Bang Theory,